Hi, Pat here. As one photographer to another, I want to tell you about a great new way to either enhance your existing lead generation process or to begin getting leads online through an active online directory. And I'll explain more about that in a few moments. But here is what the directory looks like on what we call the front end, meaning what the person or entity looking for a photographer would see. As you can see, there are it's a nice clean layout. Photos included. There's a listing photo as well as additional photos in a photo gallery, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And you can see we have different genres of photography or photographers that are represented. Wedding photographers seem to like this product especially, but so do headshot photographers, portrait photographers, and basically any other. There's also a lot of real estate photographers that are using the directory now as well. Also, too, it is fully searchable. It can be searched by various search terms. Could be by genre. And new genres are being added all the time as needed. And if you have a special genre that's not represented here, we can accommodate that as well. And it can also be searched by distance based on radius and zip code through the Google Maps designation that comes along with the listing. So let's take a look at the various plans that are available and the features that are available from each. So there are 3 plans that are available with this product. Basic, enhanced, and multi-listing. Okay, and each one is a little bit different. So all the plans include the following features. All the standard stuff: business name, address, email, phone. A bio and about section, including a separate tagline. So a tagline is like award-winning photographer, like the example here, best headshots in Dallas-Fort Worth area, whatever. And it is searchable. So whatever your tagline is or would like it to be. Also, your business location, located on Google Maps. So your address, if you choose a specific, you can choose write down the street address. You can just put a city or state. If you don't want to, it depends on how detailed you want to be with your address. There are different reasons for different designations of address, but it is placed on Google Maps and it is searchable by address or distance, like I just showed you in the search box on the site itself. Also, your website URL is going to be listed, obviously, in your listing with special accommodation in the enhanced plan. And we'll get to that, meaning that it's not just going to be your site's URL waiting for Google to come and find it. We're going to do some things to kind of speed up that process and understand exactly where Google is in that process. We'll get to that. Also, you can list your genre or genres. Those are also searchable. You can have active links to all your social media accounts, or Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. An image gallery and links to a video. So you might have a video of an about section explaining who you are, what you do. You might have a video of an example of some videography that you did for a particular client. It could be a video version of a portfolio. It's totally up to you, and that video is also included with all of the plans. Most importantly, each plan does come with instant lead notifications. So as soon as someone inquires into your business, you will receive an email with all the details from that lead. All right, so let's jump to the enhanced plan, which is basically the best value. It's the middle plan, and it includes what I like to call a proprietary SEO strategy. So there's an SEO strategy that we use that is, it's unique to us. It's more advanced than some SEO strategies, but it is proprietary, so we don't actually disclose exactly how we're doing it or what we're doing. But it does have the ability to generate more leads, more exposure for your business. And as part of that, with the enhanced plan, we're also doing SEO monitoring. So what does that mean? We're checking to see that your link to your listing, which again then is tied to your website, so again it's a cascading effect, is listed, what position it's at, what search terms it's actually responding to. And there's a list of things that we actually go through as we monitor the SEO strategy and how effective it is for your particular listing. Now, there are two things here that really no one else in this space that's offering online directories for any business, in our case, photography businesses, is we're doing a manual submission to Google Search Console. And we're also monitoring the listings URL inside of Google Search Console. Some of you may not be familiar with Google Search Console. It is considered a webmaster tool. Here's a little sample of it here, but if we expand on that, this is the webmaster tool. A lot of people perhaps have never seen this before. And if you have, then you know what it does. But what we do is we take the URL, the address of your listing. So every listing has its own unique URL, its own unique address. And we take that URL that's associated with your listing and we manually submit it for indexing via Search Console, which puts it into the priority crawl queue, which means that instead of waiting for Google to just find it on its own, which could take days, weeks, even months, in the priority queue, since our top level domain, Global Photographer Directory, is an established domain, our URLs that we submit for your listing are normally listed within hours. So you're not waiting days, weeks, months for your URL to be searchable in Google. And then we also get a report back once it is available and is appearing in search results, where it says URL is on Google. It'll tell us too that the page has been indexed. It'll tell us that it is mobile friendly, mobile usable, and all of our listings are. It'll indicate that there are breadcrumbs. So breadcrumbs mean there is a method. Once you're on your listing, at your listing, there's a way to go back to where it came from. So from a search to your listing and back, Google likes to see that path back and forth so that no page is particularly isolated and the user is basically stuck there. So that's a good thing. And also site link search box. We have a valid detection here, which means that it does make the listing available to the site link search box. That's when you're on the Google search page, search results page, and sometimes you'll see search results, detailed search results, right on the Google search, as opposed to having to go to the particular site. So it does make the listing available to Google to do that. It's up to Google whether or not they're going to show it as a site link, but it is obviously available for that purpose if Google decides to show that. All right. Now, and that's the enhanced listing. The strongest part, let me just jump back to that. The strongest part about the enhanced listing is this part right here. So you're not just filling out a form for a listing on a directory site, hoping to get leads, hoping for Google to find it. We're actually performing after you submit the listing, we're actually performing a manual effort on the back end, again, using Google Search Console to promote your individual URL to your listing, which in turn lists back to your website. So again, there's a cascading effect linking to the listing, linking to your website, enhancing your ability to get leads. All right. Next is the multi-listing plan, and it's fairly simple. The multi-listing plan is basically it's the same as the enhanced listing plan as far as features, as far as indexing, as far as what we do on the back end, but it includes up to 3 enhanced listings. So you can have up to three advanced enhanced listings as part of the multi-listing plan. The listings can be utilized anytime. Right? There's no expiration, and each listing includes all the features of an individual enhanced listing. Okay, the best use cases for that would be multiple business entities. If you have more than one business, photography business, separate service offerings. So maybe you want to separate your wedding business from your real estate business from your headshot business. Again, the more listings you have, the more individual URLs you have, the more chances, the better exposure you have online, and the better chance of someone finding your business. And each URL will be indexed. It will be separate URL, separate address for each listing, and each one will be indexed just like they are for the individual enhanced. It's 3 enhanced listings, right, in a package. All right. So summary of the plans. There's the basic plan, which excludes the Google Search Console submissions, but includes everything else. There's the enhanced plan, all inclusive, and I explained the advantage of the enhanced plan. And there's the multi-listing plan, which is 3 enhanced listings. You can use them at any time. You don't have to use them all at once. So how do you get started? Well, this is the web address for the directory. I'm going to also put that in the comments. You would simply go to the site. You would hit the Get Listed button, and you'd be taken to the Join page, where basically it's going to explain pretty much everything I just spoke about, and also give you the option to choose which plan you'd like. You register at that point, and you begin to actually build your listing. So that's pretty much what I wanted to explain to you and present to you. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. I encourage you to at least take a look at the directory, visit the site, consider joining and submitting a listing, and you're going to find that, and again, it's not an overnight success. It's not an overnight thing. You're not going to get leads the next day or the next week. It does take a little bit of time, even with the promotion of the URL that we do through Google. It will take some time, but you will get new leads via this additional listing, this additional avenue of lead generation. Again, thanks very much. Thanks for watching and listening. Again, leave any comments, questions down below, and let me know if I can be of further assistance.